Claiborne County deputies arrest 3 people, one of them a teenager, in connection with a deadly shooting in Pattison. Now, charged with murder are 17-year-old Camelo Hedrick and Rakeem Townsend. Their father, Bernard Townsend, is charged with accessory to murder after the fact, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and manufacture, possession, and use of machine gun conversion devices. 17-year-old Dwayne Mannion Hedrick was shot to death yesterday near the Bikini Lounge in Pattison. Sheriff Edward Good says the suspects are related to the victim. The investigation continues and more charges may be coming.